NAAFS, where the battle begins.
Welcome back, fight fans, to another edition of NAAFS Cage Fighting. I'm John Sturmack alongside my broadcast partner, Greg Kalikas, and we are making history tonight. The first time the NAAFS invades West Virginia, and boy, what a main event we have for you tonight as Nate Hall takes on Joey the Hitman Holt.
Yeah, Joey Holt's coming off his biggest career win when he knocked out undefeated Clint Musser at Bellator 51 with a picture-perfect flying knee, looking to really elevate his career and become one of the top prospects in this weight class. Well, Nate Hall has other answers in mind, so this is going to be an interesting clash of styles. Sold-out crowd here tonight. Expect fireworks.
Don't go anywhere. More NAAFS Cage Fighting coming to you from the Morgantown Event Center. Welcome back, fight fans. Coming up next, we've got featherweights as Matt Montalvo takes on Jeremy Sarnecki. Let's send it up to Jazz and bring these guys on out.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Doug's Towing and also Intimidation Clothing. Be sure to stop by the Intimidation Clothing booth out in the lobby tonight and check out the ultimate in fight gear. And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome Matt Montalvo.
Well, Greg, here comes out Matt Montalvo out of Fighters United. He comes in here, he's had wins by submit. All of his wins, 6 out of 7 have been by submission. He does have 1 knockout. He and NAAFS fans will remember him. He put on an epic war with Kevin Rothacker back at Rock and Rumble 5 in August of 2011. He came out strong, dominated the first round, looked to be strong in the second. I don't want to say he gassed out, but Rothacker did what Rothacker does. But boy, this guy really impressed me when he came out in that first time in the NAAFS.
Absolutely. It was a tremendous performance against a very tough fighter in Kevin Rothacker. If you guys get a chance, look that fight up, because I'll tell you what, it was a Fight of the Year nominee for 2011 in the NAAFS. And this guy is a stud when it comes to fighting on the ground, and I expect nothing less from him tonight. This should be an outstanding matchup at 145 pounds.
Yeah, I was talking to some people backstage, and they said that this has potential fight of the night written all over it, because his opponent Jeremy is currently on a 3-fight win streak, and boy, this has got the makings for a lot of fireworks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome his opponent tonight, Jeremy Zarnecki.
And as we mentioned, Jeremy Zarnecki, he's on a 3-fight win streak. And just to tell the story a little bit, he defeated Tony Castillo Jr., who defeated Kevin Rothacker. So we were all intertwined here. And, you know, his only losses, this interesting little fact about him, his only losses are by decision. And he had a win back in December, 2 TKOs, 2 submissions. 1 win by decision, 2 TKOs, 2 submissions. And 4 of his 6 fights have gone into round 3, so we know his cardio is good when he was fighting as an amateur.
Absolutely. Before we get further into this fight, let's take a quick look at the tail of the tape. Jeremy Zarnecki, 29 years old, has a bit of an age difference over Montalvo. Both have an identical reach of 70 inches. Obviously, they weighed in at the limit of 145 pounds. So on paper, John, this is a very even fight, even record-wise. You know, you look at Montalvo has 14 fights to Zarnecki's 7, but you mentioned both of them have fought quality competition.
Absolutely. Montalvo, you know, like I said, I mean, I cannot speak highly enough about him when he fought Rothacker. Quite frankly, a lot of people were questioning the matchup, and then they saw, oh, this is why this guy was brought in.
Absolutely. It's not always necessarily what you see on paper with these guys' records. A lot has to do with who they fought, the level of competition, where they fought, and I think fans tuning in tonight are going to see just that out of Matt Montalvo.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Doug's Towing and also Intimidation Clothing. 3 rounds in the NAAFS Professional Series Featherweight Division. And now, introducing fighting out of the John P. Lennon red corner. This fighter's MMA record sits with 7 wins and 7 defeats, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing 145 1/2 pounds, representing Fighters United, fighting out of Bryan, Ohio, Matt Mean Bean Montalvo. And now, introducing his opponent, fighting out of the B3 Enterprises blue corner. This fighter's MMA record sits at 5-2, standing 5 feet 6 inches tall. He weighed in at 145 pounds even, representing Murcielago MMA, fighting out of Lansing, Michigan, the Czar, Jeremy Zarnecki. Your referee is Keith Peterson.
Well, Keith Peterson's in charge, and he says, guys, hang on a second, get the camera guys out of here. And I got to tell you, the Czar across the cage, he's got no emotion.
Yeah, if looks could kill. Here we go, Montalvo in the white, Zarnecki in the blue and white Rev Gear trunks. And right away, these guys come out banging.
And that's what you expect from these lighter weight divisions, your
Absolutely.
bantamweights, your featherweights. Nice takedown. Good job by Zarnecki's in trouble.
Yeah.
I was going to say, good job using that cage to switches beautifully to a triangle attempt, but unable to finish it.
And you can see automatically how active Montalvo is off his back. As Zarnecki looks for the mount, denied.
Yeah, the mount attempt was a little sloppy. Most guys are going to be able, especially at professional level, are going to prevent that if you're not a little smoother with it.
And there's another armbar attempt. We'll see if Zarnecki lets him up.
Tried the Superman punch over the top, and Montalvo was ready.
Low leg, Matt, low leg. Yep. Low leg, low leg. Yep.
And right now, it looks like Zarnecki is content to keep Montalvo right there and right on cue. No fear, though, shown by the Tsar here
No,
after
but
numerous attempts.
he's in some trouble now. This one's a little bit deeper than before, and I think Maltavo's going to try to switch that up. If he goes for it again, let him pull his arm out and switch to a triangle choke. It seems like that's what he's been wanting to do these last couple arm bars.
Now, John, as a fighter yourself, in this situation when, you know, you're repeatedly being thrown in submission attempts, would you continue to go down this road here, or would you perhaps stand him up and try another avenue?
You know, he's been successful just yanking his arm out, but one of these times Maltavo's going to hit it so deep he can't. But one of the good things he's doing, he's able to posture. Maltavo really wants to pull his head down so he can't just yank his arm right out. Obviously, where the head goes, the body follows. So if he's got his head, he's not going anywhere.
Well, right now, Sarnecki is certainly scoring points.
Without question, he is winning this fight, but he is playing a little bit of Russian roulette, pun intended, being called the Tsar.
I like it. I like it. And shout out real quick to Duke Rufus, who I happen to be lucky enough to be sitting in for tonight, your partner in crime, and I think he's dubbed you as Johnny CSI.
Johnny CSI. He even made me change my Twitter handle to @JohnnyCSI.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I went from 10 to 15 followers.
Well, there you go. The man, the myth, the legend. And there we
Maltavo
go.
reverses it. And let's see what kind of damage he can get in the remaining time.
Once again, we are fighting under unified rules. 3 5-minute rounds here.
Moldova looks like he's going for an Americana on the far side. I think he might be able to get that with some good elbows to the face and right on cue. Thanks for paying attention to your corner over here.
Good scramble here. And,
yeah.
Sarnecki now has the back. Although I don't think Montavo is in any immediate danger.
No, he was doing a good job having 2-on-1, 2 hands on the one hand coming across his throat, but right now he's stretched out. He's able to get back up to his knees.
And he's got him flattened out.
And referee Keith Peterson's taking a close look at it, but I don't think the Tsar's doing enough heavy damage to get this fight stopped. But remember, fight fans, and those of you who are familiar with the sport know this, you've got to be intelligently defending yourself. Just putting your hands over your head and letting the guy punch your elbows is not intelligent defense.
A great round for the Tsar here.
Yeah, it's 10-9. That's
Certainly.
not even a question.
Yeah, easy round to score.
Even some of the decisions you and I have seen, there's no doubt that's 10-9.
And once again, we're unbelievably excited to be in West Virginia for the first time. And obviously, fight fans here have been itching to get mixed martial arts in the state of West Virginia. Thus, the sellout about 8-9 days before the show, there was not a ticket to be found. So, my hat's off to the great fight fans here in the state of West Virginia.
Yeah, and it's one thing when maybe with a couple 20, 30 minutes left to go, your last ticket gets sold. You were turning people away left and right.
We could have got another 3,000 fans in here easily tonight, but fans that didn't make it, I'm sure they're tuning in on pay-per-view or perhaps watching us on STO. So nonetheless, we're excited to be here.
And if not, it's my understanding that we will be back in West Virginia here sooner than later.
Absolutely. Right now we're looking to come back at some point in April. So check out NAAFS.tv for details on where we're going to be in a city near you very soon. Here we go, round number 2.
Well, spinning back fist didn't have much on it, though. Montalvo looks for the knee.
And that did
split
some
him
damage.
open. Yeah.
Oh.
And that was just a slip, not a knockdown. But here's something we're going to have to follow. That cut is above his eye.
Yes, it
and
is.
And if they find that that's bleeding into his eye, they will stop the fight.
Absolutely.
We can have a virtual bloodbath if the cut is below the eye, but if it's bleeding into the eye, affecting vision, fighter safety comes first no matter what.
Oh, without a doubt.
And here we go, more of the same. The Tsar's up on top. He's able to rain down, and Montalvo's going for submission attempts, but unsuccessful.
Yeah, and Peterson really looking closely at Czarnecki. And right now it doesn't appear that, well, there you go. Doctor wants to look at it. Look at that cut.
That was not the referee's decision. That was the doctor. He came over and informed referee Keith Peterson, I want to take a look at that.
And it looks like the doctor's going to call it. Well, they might get a second opinion here. That is a pretty nasty gash, but looks like Czarnecki's arguing a little bit. And John, I don't know. I mean, obviously there's some blood trickling in the eye, but we've seen much worse as the fight has continued.
But Dr. Hanny Tadros, he called it.
Wow.
It was deep enough.
It was. I mean, you really can't argue it. As you said, safety first. And with that, Matt Montalvo gets another big W here tonight, and that flying knee did the damage.
That's what did the damage.
Well, I don't want to say flying knee, but the knee from the clinch.
Yeah. And those guys are talking right now, good sportsmanship, and right now Czarnecki's saying, hey, you know what? I had you for about 5 minutes and 10 seconds, and he got the shot in that he needed.
Yeah, that's why this sport is so great. You can never count anybody out. We'll see if we can get another look at that great knee that did the damage and ended this fight. Matt Montalvo improves to 8-7 overall, and Czarnecki drops to 5-3. But I have a feeling we're going to see both of these guys back in the NAAFS cage very soon. And here's a look. It's a spinning back fist attempt that missed. Well, we didn't get a chance to see that knee. I think hopefully they're queuing it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends at 1 minute and 9 seconds of round number 2. We have a physician's medical stoppage due to a cut. Your winner, Matt Mean Bean Montalvo.
I'm standing here with your winner, Matt Montalvo, moving up to 8-7. Boy, the Czar came out here. He really dominated round 1, but as you said to me privately, you knew you had to be patient. You picked your shot. You threw a beautiful knee, cut him open. Let's talk about this fight.
You see, good fighters are like really hot women. You don't want to blow your wad too quick. Czar, he comes out strong. Normally a 155-pounder. It's his first cut to 45. I knew he was going to be tough. Take my time with him. If I got a submission early, I'd take it, but I could see he was a little gas come out second round. Knew it was time. I landed a perfect knee. It felt great.
Well, you hit a beautiful knee. You kept going for those submissions the entire first round. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my sponsors, Quillen Brothers, Pure Rays, Tanning Fitness and Salon, El Mariachis, Artistic Inc., Simon Gomez does all my tattoos, and all you guys. You know, without you guys coming out and showing support for the sport, you know, this wouldn't happen. You know, we need more people like you guys to come and support the sport. That way West Virginia really sanctions it and stays with it, man, so we can bring you guys good fights. And just thank my family and all my friends for coming out tonight. It's a 6-hour drive, you know, for them, and they came out and they supported, so.
Well said, my man. Appreciate it. Give it up for your winner, Matt Montalvo. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up. Welcome back, fight fans. Coming up next, we've got heavyweights as Rick Have a Nice Day takes on Nathan Bam Bryant. Let's send it up to Jazz and bring these guys out.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Tim Lally Chevrolet. They are the official auto dealership of the NAAFS, and also Doug's Towing. And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome Rick Day.
Well, Greg, here comes Rick Have a Nice Day. NAAFS fans will know him. 2009 heavyweight amateur champion, 2010 NAAFS amateur runner-up. and came so close to going back-to-back, but he ran into a buzzsaw and Nelson Best. This guy is very, very well-rounded. He loves to stand. He's got a karate background that has translated over to the MMA world. And when in doubt, when he's losing the first 2 rounds and there's only about 30 seconds left, he'll throw a triangle on you.
Yeah, he's one of the most submission-friendly big men that we had in the amateur series. Obviously now making the transition into the pros. Definitely got to watch out for him from his back. And you talked about good nicknames with the previous fight. Give me your thoughts on this one. Good or bad? Bad. There you go. Enough said.
And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome his opponent tonight, Nathan Bryant.
Well, Greg, Nathan Bryant comes in here. 7 out of his last 8 fights have gone to the final round for decision or stoppage, so there's no question about this guy's cardio. He's looking to rebound from the semifinals where he lost to Jeff Hughes back in October. He loves to stand and bank, but what I've noticed, he likes to get in tight, dirty box, throw knees up against the cage.
Yeah, Bam is a slugger, man, and this guy is so tough. At one point, he fought with a broken arm, a 3-round fight, and he had broken his arm in the first round. So I've got all the respect in the world for Nathan Bam Bryant. Let's look at the Tim Lally Chevrolet tail of the tape. Rick Day, 29 years old, 4 years the elder of Nathan Bam Bryant. 6 foot 6 inches tall for Day, 6'4" for Bam. You have a weight difference of a little over 11 pounds, 246 for Bryant, 234.5 for Day, and about a 2.5-inch reach advantage for Nathan Bam Bryant. I have a feeling we are going to see this this fight stay standing for at least a little bit of the first round. Let's hope anyway.
Absolutely, and now, you know, with Rick Day, one of the things is he's obviously tall, but he's got very long legs even for his height. And he now, you know, in the pros, he can start throwing those head kicks, and he's not afraid if he falls on his butt because he's comfortable in the guard.
Absolutely, well put.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Tim Lally Chevrolet and also Doug's Towing. 3 rounds in the NAAFS Professional Series Heavyweight Division. And now, introducing fighting out of the John P. Lennon red corner. This fighter's MMA record is impressive with 9 wins and only 1 defeat. He stands 6 feet 6 inches tall and weighed in at 234.5 pounds, representing USA Martial Arts, fighting out of Toledo, Ohio. He is the 2009 NAAFS Amateur Series Heavyweight National Champion, Rick. Have a nice day. And now his opponent, fighting out of the B3 Enterprises blue corner. This fighter's MMA record sits at 8-6, standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. He weighed in at 246 pounds, representing Team Outlaw and Ground Zero, fighting out of Morgantown, West Virginia, Nathan Bam Bryant. Your referee is Big Dan Mergliato.
Well, Greg, we said at the outset that Rick, have a nice day. His only loss is to Nathan Bryant. In the corner of one, Nathan Bryant is Nelson Best. Excuse me, I apologize. Nelson Best handed Rick his only loss. And one of the things he did, and he won that fight by knockout, he went body-body a number of times and then went body-body overhand right. And that's what knocked him out. And I would expect to see that tonight out of Nathan Bryant.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me at all. And this is one of those fights, typically when we put a fight card together, we can go down the fight card and at least have a good idea of how we think the fight's going to end. Well, this one is up for grabs. I mean, it could end in a knockout, it could end in a submission, you know, or this one could go all 3 rounds. So I truly am looking forward to see this one play out.
And right now, Bryant, he has double underhooks. Let's see what he can do with it. He's a little high on the back. He needs to try to bring those down to Rick's tailbone, but he's not square with them, so there's no chance of that. But he does have the double underhook, so let's see where this goes. Ooh, Dan Mergliotta split him quick.
Yes, he did. Nothing wrong with that. And John, you talked about those high kicks, those head kicks, and Day is throwing them.
There you go.
Good knee right up the middle for Rick Day.
Knee right. Up the gut, Nick. There you go, yeah. Same thing, Rick. Just like sparring. Pummel in, pummel in.
And Dan Mergliotta's looking in again. I think he's a big guy. He wants to see these big guys throw.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the little impatience from your referee. I love to see that.
There you go.
Yeah, and the best referees understand the difference between when some guy's methodically working and one guy's stalling.
Absolutely, and you can bet Dan Mergliotta, being one of the best in the business, knows the difference, and there you have it.
And Rick keeps throwing those push kicks right to the face, a la Anderson Spider Silva.
There's that big overhand right. And that's what floored Rick Day against Nelson Best.
Yep. And that's what I said with Nelson Best in Nathan Bryan's corner. There's no doubt he told him he's susceptible to the overhand right. But I think what he's going to have to do is work the body more, really get him tender down below, and then come over top with the overhand right.
Absolutely. I'm a little surprised to see Bryant, looks like he's looking for a takedown. And he gets it.
And right into mount.
Well, this is obviously a great position for Bam. But if Rick Day can find a way out, you'd have to think Day wants it on the ground.
And watch, if they spin around, if he gets this spun around, Rick Day could use the cage to push himself off. We saw Anthony Pettis did that, pushed himself so far. And
here you go.
He's going to get out the back. Can he do it? Well, maybe now he's trying to get those feet in the armpits of Bryant.
Well, Bryant off to a good start here.
In about a minute 35 or so, Rick Day's in a lot of trouble.
He is, but we've seen him in some compromising positions before. And one thing Rick Day does not do is panic. And right now he seems to be somewhat composed, keeping his wits about him, and we'll see if he can fight his way out of this.
And he's got those long legs, but if you can get him under the feet, under the armpits, he can then push Bam off him.
There you go.
And no, is he going for an ankle lock?
Yes, he is.
And he's not
Bryant recognized it
immediately. He's not going to get it. You know, even if he loses this round, and even if you know, he doesn't get a submission, he's put the thought in his head that, hey, I'm willing to go for anything.
Well, Mergliotta, oh, man.
Oh,
that's a big knot.
And he did not, Dan Mergliotta did not stop this for a TKO
No.
or the love. He just, his mouthpiece was out.
But that is a big knot above the left eye of Rick Day.
And Bam thought, I don't know if he thought he won the fight, if it was stopped or what, but I mean, you better go after that like crazy.
Oh yeah, you have to. And if you're Rick Day, you better be fighting with a sense of urgency as well.
Right, because the doctor's going to come in here. You know, West Virginia's been wonderful to us, but first time, you may have a first-time doctor. I'm not sure if either Dr. Tadros or Dr. Ritchie have called these before, and they may have done boxing, but when you see something like this, beautiful sweep.
Yeah, the doctors are going to be a little cautious, obviously, you know, seeing mixed martial arts here for the first time.
At the same token, they've been schooled, saying these guys are professionals. West Virginia, the Morgantown Event Center hosts a boxing events on a regular basis.
Absolutely.
So these guys should be used to seeing this, but It's one thing when you got, I believe, professionals are 10-ounce gloves, but
Oh, boxing, yeah.
for boxing, it's a whole nother thing when you're looking at cuts and bruises coming from elbows and 4-ounce little MMA gloves that do nothing but protect the fighter's knuckles.
Well, we have the doctor taking a close look at him right now. And we'll see if that swelling comes down. There we look at some action from the opening round. We'll see if we can pinpoint exactly what caused that the damage there. Wow, that is a nasty knot.
That is, wow.
And now if you're Bam Bryant, you have to smell blood here.
Yeah, you have to. Good body kick, goes for the head kick.
Get out of there, Rick. Get out of the corner. Get away from him. Down. Jab front.
And lucky for Day, that swelling is not compromising his vision out of that eye.
And Day's not setting up his kicks at all with his hands, which is the traditional Muay Thai way. He's just throwing them.
Well, and Day looks a bit gassed as well, breathing out of the mouth. Doesn't have a lot of sting behind his strikes right now.
Nice low kick.
You'd have to think Nate Bryant's in prime position here to do some more damage and perhaps finish this fight. We'll see.
And Nate looks like he wants to throw that overhand right.
And Day doing a good job keeping Bryant at a distance with that.
Ooh,
Just missed with that roundhouse.
yeah, he did the old fake low, go high. That is straight out of Point Karate.
Absolutely.
And while he doesn't have much behind him, and he's actually kicking with the foot, not the shin. He's still giving Bryant a lot to think about and doing a good job. Oh, my! Never mind.
Whoa!
Never mind all that.
How about Rick? Have a nice day.
Forget
what a warrior.
Okay, for everybody listening at home, thank you for joining us. I have just been fired for talking about the you gotta set up kicks with your hands. Obviously,
Wow.
you do not.
Impressive come from behind win for Rick Day.
And we talked about it at the outset, except we said it was a triangle choke.
Yeah, my goodness. And Bryant's still down. Looks to be okay. And we'll see. I'm sure we're going to get another look or two at that finish.
And I don't know if it almost seemed like Bryant walked into it.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think he circled right in. Didn't look like it landed real hard, but
I think he hit, and because Bryant was coming in on it, he got a lot more shin than foot, and that really does the damage. But if we could see, oh man, and that knot.
yeah, it looks like they're queuing it up in the truck, so stand by. We're going to take a look at that knockout momentarily. And here it comes. And there it is. You can hear by the reaction of the crowd. Let's make this fight official. Send it up to Jazz.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends at 1 minute and 26 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout, Rick. Have a nice day.
Great sportsmanship being shown. Let's hear from your winner, Rick Day.
Rick, have a nice day. You got pretty much dominated round 1. Greg Kleekus and I said not to worry. You usually have a comeback in you, whether it be triangle choke or something else. And boy, what a beautiful roundhouse kick. Let's talk about that fight.
Yeah, normally my strategy is to just let them beat me up for 3 rounds and then I come in when they're tired. But yeah, he dropped his hand just enough for me to sneak that kick in, and it worked out pretty good for me.
Well, that was a beautiful kick. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank my club, USA Martial Arts. I want to thank all my friends watching me online. And I just want to say thanks to Todd's Guns in Bedford, Michigan for helping me out, getting me here.
Well, you went 2009 National Amateur Champion. You got your first pro victory tonight. What's next for you?
Actually, I got a contract signed for March 10th in Toledo, Ohio with Roush. I know he's a big name here in NAAFS. A lot of people know about him. So he's coming to my hometown, and I know he's going to look for blood there.
Well, we enjoyed having you. Beautiful kick. Congratulations on the win. Give it up for Rick. Have a nice day. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up. Welcome back, fight fans. Up next, we have lightweights as Nate Hall takes on Joey Holt. Let's send it up to Jazz and bring him out.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is brought to you by Tim Lally Chevrolet, the official auto dealership of the NAAFS. And also Bud Light, the sure sign of a good time. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your co-main event of the evening. And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome Nathan Hall.
Well, Greg, here comes Nate Hall, 6-4 out of Doghouse MMA. He's coming off his first pro win, January 7th, 2012, so just a few weeks ago. All 6 of his wins have been via submission, so there is no doubt that this guy enjoys the ground game. He's got a good guillotine. I'm really looking forward to this matchup because Joey Holt is traditionally a striker, but Joey can also grapple. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Mr. Hall here in the cage tonight.
As am I, and we got to mention Nate Hall took this fight on about 2 weeks' notice. Holt's original opponent had to withdraw for personal reasons, and Nate Hall valiantly stepped up to take the fight. And I believe he fought just 3 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
January 7th.
Yes, sir.
And, one of the interesting things is his last 2 fights have come against William Scobie where they split. I'd like to see maybe the trilogy in the NAAFS.
And now, making his way to the cage, please welcome his opponent tonight, Joey Holt.
Well, Greg, Joey Holt, no stranger to the NAAFS. He is a staple. He loves to stand and bang, but he does have a decent ground game. We saw that against Brian McCroskey, where he felt, you know what, I got a great stand-up game, but maybe not quite so good, or he just hit a brilliant strategy and just kept taking McCroskey down, because that was really, really impressive. And most importantly on his resume at Bellator 51, he gave Clint Musser his only loss via a wicked knockout with a knee. Timed it perfectly as Musser changed levels, shot in. Joey threw that knee, said he's been planning, he was really working on that. So that tells me, and just from knowing him personally, he is a very smart fighter as well as a very good and technical fighter.
Yeah, one of my favorite fighters to watch compete. Never a dull moment when Joey Holt's in the cage. Let's look at the tail of the tape real quick, courtesy of Tim Lally Chevrolet. Nathan Hall, 23 years old, 5'7" tall, weighed in at 154 pounds with a 66-inch reach. Joey the Hitman Holt, 26 years old, 5'9", weighed in at 154.5 with a 69-inch reach. So in MMA terms, these guys are both babies.
Yeah, absolutely, and the sky is the limit for both of them. You know, good experience, young guys. What can you do?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. This Joey Holt, as I mentioned, always entertaining. You just don't know what you're going to get when he steps into the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is brought to you by Tim Lally Chevrolet and also Bud Light. 3 rounds in the NAAFS Professional Series Lightweight Division. And now, introducing fighting out of the John P. Lennon red corner. This fighter's MMA record sits at 6-4, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He weighed in at 154 pounds, representing Doghouse MMA, fighting out of Parkersburg, West Virginia, Nathan Red Fury Hall. And now his opponent fighting out of the B3 Enterprises blue corner. This fighter's MMA record sits at 9-5. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 154.5 pounds, representing Team Impact, fighting out of East Liverpool, Ohio, Bellator veteran Joey the Hitman Holt. Your referee is Keith Peterson.
And here we go. Joey the Hitman Holt in the blue trunks and Nate Hall in the white trunks.
This should be good.
Yep, Keith Peterson, the referee, and we're going to see Joey. Immediately comes out for with nice intensity by Holt. Nate Hall closes the distance, pushes him up against the cage.
Yeah, you would have to think Nate Hall is not going to want to stand and slug it out with Joey Holt.
No, not too many people do.
No. I mean, one of the most classic knockouts I ever remember. This is probably one Holt wants to forget, but when he fought, oh boy, I'm drawing a blank.
And Nate Hall just basically pulled guard there. I mean, Joey Holt.
Yeah, that's probably wise. But yeah, it was Joey Holt at War on the Shore. It was one of those double knockouts. And
oh, yes. L.A.
Hampton. There you go. Thank you.
Oh, and his, I think
Hall's hurt,
it's over.
That's
it's over.
The Hitman continues to roll. Joey Holt makes quick work of Nate Hall here in Morgantown.
And with taking out Clinton Musser and now Nate Hall, I know what NAAFS fans are thinking. They're thinking
yeah.
George Comer. A lot of people are interested in seeing that. And here we go. You see the ground and pound. He passes the legs. And we're going to see the finish right here. And yeah.
Big bomb. Big bomb. Straight down the middle.
And that's right where he hurt him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he came out from the get-go with major intensity.
Well, Holt knows he needed this one. Coming off such a big win against Musser, to lose a fight like this would be a huge setback.
Yeah.
So had to have it, and he got it. Congratulations, Joey. The Hitman Holt improves to 10-5 here tonight. And there's another look at the finish. Big overhand hammer fist that did the damage.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight ends at 54 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by knockout, Joey the Hitman Holt.
I'm standing here with your winner, Joey the Hitman Holt, 10-5 overall, coming off of a wonderful knockout over Clinton Musser. You followed up with a great victory tonight. Beautiful. You came out with a lot of intensity from the first punch to the last. Let's talk about it.
Man, I had a few different opponents for this fight, but I trained hard with a great camp, Team Impact, down in East Liverpool. Went up to Strong Style a few times. I got to thank all my family that came out tonight from East Liverpool, all my friends, my little homie, Lil Aaron Lara, Thickest Thieves, Intimidation, Zarek Straps, everybody that supported me. NAAFS, Greg, Nicole, my heart, you know what it is.
Well, War on the Shore got rained out, unfortunately, and a lot of people talking about a certain matchup. What would you like to have next here in the NAAFS?
Hey, they already know anybody can get it. Do they want to come in here with me?
Yeah.
Ask them. Ask them.
I love it. Give it up for your winner, Joey the Hitman Holt. More NAAFS cage fighting coming right up. We're wrapping up here at NAAFS CagedFury16 for Morgantown, West Virginia, and Joey Holt showed why his nickname is the Hitman. Came out really intense and finished that fight quickly. He's on a rocket ship.
Absolutely. Joey Holt is proving that he's one of the most dangerous fighters in the NAAFS Pro Series lightweight division. Followed a huge win up against Clint Musser tonight with the dominating performance against Nathan Hall. And he's like fine wine, man. He gets better with age, and watch out for this kid. He's as well-rounded as they come in this division. I can't wait to see him fight again.
Absolutely. For Greg Kalikas, I'm John Sturmack. We'll see you next time right here on NAAFS Cage Fighting.